Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today, we are going to be reviewing
the Army Painter Gamemaster, what's that called again? Snow and Tundra Terrain Effects Set. Got this in the mail a little while ago from not Army Painter, from Miniature Market, and as always, we recommend getting things from Miniature Market if you're in the States. That way, you have a lot shorter wait time. So let's pop this open and look at what's inside. Starting with
book.
There's some other information inside, which, the usual mini painting guide in addition to the terrain effects guide, which is always handy. The new list of Army Painter colors. And then the restocking option page that we'll go over in just a minute. But first I want to get into the items. The Snow and Tundra Terrain Primer.
Arguably the best thing that they have added here.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great new product that says it will not eat your styrofoam or your XPS foam when you primer it.
We have to use it though.
We need to try that out, yes. It is a little cold here for us to be using rattle cans, but we think we can muddle through this. Because if you've ever tried to spray paint any sort of styrofoam or XPS foam, the propellant in the can will devour your project in seconds. So hopefully this will be a cure to that.
Bush.
Show them these.
Arguably not the best, but something that was pretty useful, or could be pretty useful here. They are the
Hoarfrost Tufts.
Yes.
77 of them come in the little package for about 10 cents each. And just one of these will liven up a miniature base greatly. They make all kinds of different terrain tufts. And I've been dying to use these for a long time. So this was a very nice addition.
Then arguably the worst thing in this thing is a box of sand. Now usually I like boxes, but this box is neither green nor has anything useful in it. Well, it is useful, but you can get it anywhere. Yeah. Unless you live in a place that's really cold.
Like, I honestly can't picture anywhere.
I forgot what I was supposed to say here.
We're just going to go on to the Tundra Base. It's basically matte white, which I did not know until I received this package, and we'll go into that later. But it's basically just a triple-sized bottle of matte white paint. The best thing about it is the size. Like I said, it's triple size. And if Army Painter, if you're watching, if you'd start marketing some of your paints in these bottles, that would be fantastic. Especially the washes, especially Soft Tone, which is arguably the most used wash we've come across. If you put Soft Tone in one of these bottles, that would just make my year.
So you have this snow in here.
In a bag.
So you have snow in a bag. And
insert your favorite joke, because
insert funnies where necessary.
Now this isn't all that you would get. Ours actually popped
spilled
during transit, and Army Painter said they were going to send us out some more. And
again, insert jokes where applicable.
It appears to be some sort of just white crystalline sand, maybe powdered quartz or something like that. And it looks like, it's going to really, be kind of handy to simulate snow as opposed to some of the other things we've used, like Valhalla and Blizzard from Citadel, and the good old-fashioned baking soda, white paint, and white glue mixture. Maybe even sprinkling this on top of that mixture might actually be the way to go, but we'll let you know later on this month when we do some snow projects. Now, it also comes with 4 bottles of paint,
which we will go into more detail later on.
2 washes and 2 paints. This is actually pixie dust, which is found in the metallic set, which allows you to turn any normal color into a metallic, and I guess in this case, make it look a little frosty, maybe.
It actually does a better job of, I think.
And then glacial turquoise, and I didn't have a turquoise, so that was nice. And then 2 washes, which I honestly thought were 2 brand new colors of wash.
But we'll get into that.
Not the case, but it's called Cryo Wash and Ice Wash, but they're actually just blue and green. So let's go over what we think are the good and bad aspects of the set overall, starting with the bad.
We already got into that. The
Well,
names.
Right. Right off the bat, the names are confusing because this is pixie dust, this is turquoise, this is blue wash, this is green wash, and this is not Tundra Base, it's matte white.
Even though it's still useful because it's
3 times the amount. But I literally, the final selling point for me was the thought that I was getting 2 new colors of wash from Army Painter to make the best washes. And if these had been 2 brand new colors, I'd have been a lot happier because I had actually, with this order, bought a bottle of blue and a bottle of green. So I ended up getting 2, and disappointment on top of that, thinking that this was actually a new wash, and this was a new wash.
Sand. I don't really like this. I don't like it at all. I have not opened it, so I can't tell the properties just yet. Actually, let's get into that. First off, sand. I don't really like that. Second, box. I usually like boxes, but neither green nor has anything I like inside of it, as well as something I forgot to mention. How do you open this thing?
we can't open it. We have yet to be able to open this package. It is so tight, and this little flip tab thing here, I don't know what that's for, but it doesn't help in opening the box.
Maybe it does. We're just afraid of breaking it off.
Yeah, if you just try normally, if you pull the tab, maybe you're supposed to pull it off all the way, and then use that to... there we go. That's what it was.
Now I can tell the properties.
Okay, there you go. It's the first for us. It's sand.
Yeah, it's sand.
It looks identical to the sand I use and I get for free all over the neighborhood.
But it's a bit irritating.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you're worried it's going to get into everything?
It is actually.
Yeah, it's already all over his hands.
So that was nice. On to
Another bad. Not enough snow. Even if this bag was full, I'd rather have this full of snow and this full of sand, or better yet, hang on to the sand. For somebody who's living in some sort of industrial complex where they don't have sand, I honestly can't think of a place on Earth.
Maybe if you live in a place that's really cold.
Like the North Pole.
Did I come up with a joke earlier?
Well,
I think
unless you live in one of the North or South Poles where it's frozen over and there is no sand to be found. Sorry, guys. I'm just being honest. I'd rather have a lot more of this stuff than any of this stuff. And I'll
insert any jokes that are applicable.
Yeah, because you know what that looks like, right, folks? Because it does not look like snow.
On to it's better if bought separately.
Yes.
Unless you need absolutely everything.
Right.
Which we didn't necessarily. Again, didn't need more sand. It's not good. We don't like it. It's irritating and hard to open.
No, not so much anymore.
It took us 2 days.
That's true. And we forgot to mention
That is
the freebie barbed wire is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just enough to wet your whistle and get you. I mean, you could literally make probably an entire battlefield full of barbed wire posts and scattered terrain, and they sell this in a much larger package. So
this is just a free.
It's nice. It's really nice. It really looks like it's going to look like barbed wire once you wrap it around some fence posts, and it was a really nice little thing they just threw in and if you don't actually play any tabletop battle games, it still would look good on like our Tredaran miniatures. Just make a little tiny piece of fence, with barbed wire just to spice up the miniature base. But for most people who play a lot of war games, this is going to be great. And speaking of, if Army Painter, if you want to really get rid of a bunch of this stuff, follow the new Archon Kickstarter, the Rampart 3 Kickstarter that's modern day battlefield terrain. The only thing it's missing is this product right here. Trust me, Archon fans, you're going to love this when you grab the new Rampart Kickstarter that kicks off right after the beginning of the new year. So on to the first of the good. This is a great value for the beginner. If you've never worked with snow terrain on your miniatures or your terrain, this is a great bargain. Especially if you, sorry Army Painter, if you grab this from Miniature Market, I picked it up for about $15 less than Army Painter's charging for it, and that's the way Miniature Market is. Everything there is discounted. They probably have some deal with Army Painter to where they can afford to sell it cheaper. And at that price, especially when you're going to get free shipping, if you spend over $100, Miniature Market's the way to go. And you know, at $40 for this set, it's actually a really good deal.
I'm sorry, the sand's getting everywhere.
You're
On to the second great thing about this. Obviously, all Army Painter products, good.
if not
And,
great.
Yeah, everything they make is good, so a set that includes a lot of stuff that they made would also be good. Despite the fact that Sand didn't like that very much. He didn't like the 2 washes, but it's still good quality.
Yeah,
except for
absolutely,
Sand.
absolutely. And you know, I will use all of these bottles by the end of winter. These will be gone.
And I mean,
In
in
addition to
reality, it just prolongs the amount of time you need.
Yeah.
It just shortens the amount of paints you need to buy, because you're still going to use them.
Absolutely, green and blue wash. Already have plans. I'll finish up what I have, and then probably pour these into the old bottles, just because I don't want to get confused by the names. Is it me again?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I said this, but this is a great set for the newbie and the beginner. And mind you, they have some other sets for desert and woodland terrains and some dungeon sets. If you're a newbie and you're just getting into the hobby of miniatures, wargaming, painting, what have you, this is a great starter set. It's got, you know, everything you need except some glue and some paintbrushes and, of course, miniatures and terrain. But if you've already got those things and you want to know, you know, where to get started, especially since we're just, you know, we're not even into winter here, even though it's pretty cold here, and we might even actually have snow tonight. But, you know, winter doesn't start for like a week. But, you know, if you're in the mood to paint some winter terrain, winter miniatures, yeah, I don't know what that word is. It's probably in the dictionary, but I don't know what it is. But if you're in the mood to do winter stuff like we did last year, we did 3 months of winter scenery, terrain, crafts, and videos. And don't worry, folks, we're not going to do it again this year. 3 months is too much. So on to the
book. Book, good.
Yes, it's a very nice, well-printed, nice cardstock pages, lots of nice tips, lots of nice information.
Especially for, as you said, beginners, it is very useful.
It has a lot of links to tutorials by Army Painter, which, you know, I love Army Painter videos. I've watched every one that they've put out, and, you know, if you watch them and you comment, they'll get back to you, and you won't have to wait like a week and forget what you actually were talking about. They usually hit you up that day. But real quick, just want to show some of the things I was talking about. They have these, I think they're called QRC codes, where if you scan it with your phone, it'll take you right to the video, and they've got them all over the pages. And the artwork is great. The production of the book is fantastic. I used to be in the printing industry, so I know this cost them some money. And, you know, it probably is part of the overall cost of the product. But with, you know, multiple hints, videos, you know, a lot of this stuff, you know, the old guys like me, we know a lot of this stuff. But there's still actually some new tips. Like right here, just for example, I never heard about turning your spray can upside down to clear the nozzle. I didn't know that. Now I know that. Thanks, Army Painter. But you know, it's not just like 3 pages. It's, you know, it'll keep you busy with lots of ideas, and it's not just winter ideas. There's an acid pit, you know. Who doesn't need an acid pit, right? More videos. Beautiful artwork, beautiful paint jobs. Tell me that doesn't look like the red we just used for the Marduk.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's the same
It actually might be.
gemstone red. You know,
Actually,
of course, toward the end of the book, there's little sort of subliminal ads for some of their other products, which is great, and then more ads for their products, and you know, lots of great products, great company. Hope you guys like this video.
I really like the sand.
So there you have it, folks. I hope you like
seriously,
this.
I only 5 seconds later, after organizing all of it, so I can just quickly.
Sand on the table.
Now it's worse.
And now it's going to get everywhere.
With that said,
We hope you had a great weekend. We hope to see you guys Thursday for a really silly craft because it is the season. And we hope you guys will enjoy the rest of your week. Maybe grab one of these box sets. Maybe you're not in for winter. Maybe you want some desert or woodland or dungeons. Either way, these sets are really nice.
So with that said, we hope you enjoyed this video, and good night.
Bye.